packed, all this. I mean, in top shape, right? I'm 400 and some pounds. I come in and do the presentation. Everybody was blown away. There was one lady, she was the leader in the whole crowd. Everybody was looking at her to get her okay. So she came up to me, she said, Mr. Dan, I just got one question. She said, I'm really impressed with your presentation. She said, but what I got an issue with is that you selling a health product and you not in shape. Yeah. I got a problem with that. Now, most people right then, you would have been dead. You've been all too fat, I ain't getting in front of the room no more, right? I said, you know what, you're absolutely right. I said, I've been working on myself, but I said, they told me that you want to make money with this health product and you want to become a millionaire. So I'm a millionaire, so I'm here to show you how to make money with a healthy product. You want to do that? So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that you're going to always have weaknesses. You're going to always get embarrassed. Yes. Stop, don't be scared to be embarrassed. As long as you know your intention is honorable and sincere, you're going to get that. That's just part of life. Either you're in a problem, just left one, or one that's on his way to visit you. Okay? But that has nothing to do with you staying straight focused on your goals and dreams. Is everybody with on it? Yeah. Now, let's look at something here for a minute, okay? How many people ever heard of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? Everybody ever heard of that? Okay. Who wrote that book?
Stephen Covey.
Do you know I had an opportunity to ride on an airplane with him from from Salt Lake City to Atlanta one day. And I actually had this book in my hand. And I was looking at the picture, looking at him. And I said, you know what? I said, you look just like this guy here, but you're a little slimmer. He said, I like you already. You know what I mean? And it was him. And I'm going to tell you what I learned from him on the plane. He said, Robert, it's always best to have the advantage in your court. Always remember that. In business, in life, in everything. Is everybody with you on that? Okay? Now, I want to share some things from his book that is extremely important for you when you get started in your business. Okay? We're going to call these the 8 habits of highly effective people. 8 habits of what kind of people?
Highly effective.
Say that louder.
Highly effective.
Louder.
Highly effective.
Highly effective people. Okay? Number 1, be proactive and take responsibility. In other words, if you broke right now, stop blaming your spouses and children and your uncles and nephews and mamas and daddies and what happened to you. Because guess what? From the age 16 to wherever you're at right now, all the decisions that you have made and all the books you have read and all the people that you hang around has led you to the income that you're making right now, whether you like that or not. Does everybody work on it?
Yep.
Everything I just said, you can change. So you have to be proactive and take responsibility. Now, before I became a multi-millionaire, I was in a 1-bedroom apartment, had milk crates as my living room furniture, just went through a divorce, driving a brown Hyundai. I said, you know what? I'm going to take responsibility. It's my fault, regardless, because I the one made those choices. Is everybody with on it? Yes. I took full responsibility. I looked at my bank account. I said, this is ridiculous. I said, this will never, ever be this way, ever, ever again. So I focused on 2 things. Becoming the best father to my son and making my first $1 million and becoming a millionaire. Now, I'm not saying that was the right thing to do. That's what I did. That was my choice. Is everybody worked on that? Today, I'm the best father that my son ever imagined, and I'm a multi-millionaire because I focused on it. But I took responsibility first. So you guys got to get resolved and stop sitting around crying about what happened in the past and where you at right now. Okay? Number 2, you got to begin with the end in mind first. I talked about this last night. If you don't have a big vision of where you want to be at, your results is always going to reflect your vision. Okay? Now, a lot of times people would say stuff like, I want to be a multi-millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. Okay? But that sounds good coming out your mouth, but your behavior is totally in different directions. You walking right and talking left. Is everybody with them? Right? Okay? So you got to begin with the end in mind first. So you got to have a vision of what you want your team to look like in Momentous. You got to have a vision of what kind of income you want to be at 5 years from now. You got to have a vision of what kind of people you want to attract to your business. Okay? See, a lot of you guys whine and complain about people that ain't got the money. Now, we did a meeting today at 12 noon, or what place was that? I'm talking about the across the street from there. What's that? The hotel we was at, right? And after the meeting, a lady came up to me and said, I don't have the money, but how can I get started? I said, you can't. We thought we was having a charitable program. Okay. I said, when you get the money, then you can get started. Yep. Now, a lot of people thought I was being brutal. No, I was being honest. Okay? Because I'll be honest with you, if you're a grown person and don't work the job for 1 or 2 years and don't have $299, you need to really go and slap yourself fast. Because that don't make no kind of sense. Okay? Because you can go and spend money on hair, on Gucci bags, on all kind of other stuff, go to concerts, but when it comes to business, you ain't got it. Okay? See, I'm going to tell you something. There's 2 things you're going to need to get started in our business. You're going to need at least $300-some, and you're going to need to be humble and coachable and learn something new. Does that make sense? Okay? So I want you guys to understand you have to have a big vision of yourself. And I told that lady, do what you need to do to get the money over the next few weeks. Okay? And get started in the business. Okay? But there's no charitable case. I've had people say, well, Rob, you're a millionaire, pay my way in. For what? You're not going to value that. You quit tomorrow and ain't lost nothing. So you got to lose something to go up. That makes sense? So I'm not going to deprive you of that experience. So it's fine. Is everybody with them? Right? And another thing I want everybody to understand. You get started in this business, forget about what you're hearing about the economy. Man, the economy is rough. That's why you need to be building a business. Okay? Don't get caught up in the perception of the reality of the economy, because people still spending money. You go to the mall parking lot still full on Friday and Saturday. Right? Think about that for a minute. People still buying houses, still people buying cars, right? Okay? So I want you guys to understand, do not become the advocate for the broke. Don't do that. I see a lot of people become the advocate for the broke. If you become the advocate for the broke, you will be broke. Is everybody with on that? Okay? Now, number 3, put first thing first. This is where a lot of us mess up at, right here. As soon as you get started in business, you start making up excuses why you can't do the business. I see people all the time, man, I can't make it to the meeting tonight. Okay, what are you doing? Whatever you're doing, is it building your financial future? See, a lot of you guys have y'all time locked down with a lot of non-productive stuff. You're in the glee club. You're in the choir rehearsal every day. You doing this. You doing that. And then you wonder why you broke and ain't going nowhere. See, a lot of times people say, how many people have heard somebody say, my plate is full? My question, you full of what? Okay? Because what's on your plate, if it's not getting you to your goals and dreams, you better scrape that stuff off your plate fast. Okay? Because a lot of times people think, oh, they busy. That don't mean that you're making money. You could be running on a treadmill of life and don't even know it. Okay? You want to be effective. You want to have accurate thinking. You want to be making correct choices. And you want to have a behavior of being a producer and getting results. Is everybody with on it? Because if a lot of you guys are married, your wife don't want to keep hearing about what you're going to do. They need to see the money. You want to make your wife happy? Make the money. Everybody with on that, right? They complain when you broke, right? Get rich. Wife happy. Everything you do, somebody say, oh, he just crazy. I love this. Right? Okay? They're security seekers. Okay? So if you're going to build this business and you married, get results. Don't just be talking about it. Don't be at home reading, I'm going to get rich books and trying to impress her, going through the motions. You know what I'm talking about, right? And then you're not even doing that. Okay? You got to get the results, people. Put first thing first. Guess what the first thing in this business? Getting your 3 customer points. Then getting 2 more customer points. Then introducing 3 people to the business. And then making sure you got 6 people on your team. Completed 536 programs. That's first thing first. If you're doing anything outside of that, you just getting ready to get ready and wasting people's time. Seriously. Is everybody with on that? Yeah. Okay? Put first thing first. Next thing, think win-win. Gratitude. You got to be humble. You got to be appreciative. Stop thinking that everybody wants something from you. Okay? A lot of people get started in this business. I don't know. How much you going to make off me?
Yes.
Right? That's the scarcity mentality. Okay? Number 5. First seek to understand, then to be understood. You need to check your ego. So a lot of you guys want everybody to understand your problem. I have people come to me all the time. You don't understand, Robert. I got a bad situation. I don't need to know your problem. I just need to know you got $299 and you ready to get started. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know the drama behind why you don't have it. Because everybody worked on it. It ain't none of my business. Okay? I'm not the advocate for the broke. This is business. Is everybody worked on it? Okay? Next thing. Synergize, team building, learn to work with people. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You want to perfect and develop a real good skill, learn to get along with everybody. Even when I worked at FedEx, people say, man, Rob, I don't see how you work with that manager. I hate that manager. Guess what? I work with everybody.
Amen.
I don't care who you are. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what your title. I don't care where you've been. I make sure that when I come into a person's environment and we meet each other, I try to make sure that you leave my environment a better person than you was when you met me.
Amen.
I don't care who you are. Awesome. Even people that have let me down, my enemies, if you want to call it that. Okay? I kill everybody with kindness.
Yeah.
Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay? So you want to learn to be able to work with everybody. That's the power. Because everybody's different. Everybody got something to bring to the table. Whether you know that or not. That is a fact. Is everybody working on it? Okay? Number 7. Sharpen the saw. You got to invest back in the business. You got to update your game. Now, I've been in this business for 20 years. And matter of fact, me and Maurice and Clifton was talking about this one day. A lot of people been in network marketing, they went to the top, and they can't do it again. Okay? They're what you call a one-hit wonder. Right? Exactly. Okay? A lot of people scared to get into other companies knowing that they need to leave, but they scared because they wasn't humble. They are obsolete. They was not updating their game. Okay? So you don't ever want to become obsolete in your industry. That's why you got to always be in a learning stage. We were talking about this the other night. I even learned from a baby. I learned from everybody. Most people don't even know I'm a millionaire. When I come to places, I come in non-consumer. Okay? Because I want to see how you're going to treat me not knowing who I am. That makes sense? Because I'm looking for the real person, not the fake person. Who would agree that? That makes sense, right? Okay? Okay? So I want you guys to understand, always update your game. Okay? In all areas of life. I'm going to tell you another story when I was in Venice Beach. And a lot of people that know me personally, some of the